Crim here with more Baldur's Gate 3. As promised last time, this episode is mostly going to be focused around talking to the NPCs in camp and also respecking my characters. I did release a video the other day talking about how to make infinite gold. Just so you know, I'm not going to be using that exploit. This is a save from before I was recording that on this character, but it's way before that, so just so you know, I'm not about that life. I want to play this sort of as much legit as possible. I will cheese some encounters, but only if I'm failing them tremendously and have to get through this, because this is in Tactician mode, and it kind of ruins the actual fun and the challenge if you just go to an NPC and steal everything. Like, for example, if I just decide to steal lightning bolt scrolls over and over again because those refresh, I can just win the game if I have, like, a stack of lightning bolt scrolls. So, we're going to go ahead and talk to Withers.
As predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Okay, and we're just going to talk to him a little bit.
Be assured, it is not by choice. There are many answers to that question. None are important. Correct. No.
Alright, what do you offer?
Amending of the... Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave because it is my calling. There is little else to explain.
Alright, so it costs 200 gold in order to revive someone. You can also steal the revival scrolls from that one NPC, Aaron or whatever. So effectively you have like infinite revives if you want them. Like I said before, I'm not going to do that, so we're just going to we're going to respec our character.
As thou desire.
And I'm going to min-max my character a bit for future ideas. So later on, we're going to be able to get access to a Hill Giant potion that'll increase our strength to 21, and I believe we can get some gauntlets to also increase it later on. But that's a gauntlet slot that's taken up. So I'm either going to have to plan on always having a potion active, or having those gauntlets on, but I'm not going to get those gauntlets for a very long time. So strength is still a key part of my build. Barbarians have this thing where they add their Constitution modifier to their AC so long as they're not wearing any armor. And that includes like gauntlets and bracers and all that stuff. I don't know why I said bracers. But you know what I mean. Like, it includes anything. If I'm wearing anything that happens to say light armor or above, I lose that AC. So Constitution, while it is extremely useful for that, I'm not going to be focusing on Constitution as much right now. So we're actually going to dump Constitution down. Use it as a dump stat for the time being, because I'm going to probably be wearing heavy armor for the most of the game until I can get access to the gloves, and then I can change that around again. Intelligence is whatever. Let's just get it up so we can talk to some people. Wisdom is actually an extremely important stat. So let's see, Dexterity, let's get that down to 12, and let's get Charisma up to 12 as well, so I can pass some checks. I don't want to have any negative checks, because this is a main character, and I'm going to be doing almost all the checks myself, so having a negative in some random field might mess me up. So this isn't the most, like, min-maxed it can be. Later on, the int, we can dump that. We can get a helmet that boosts our int up to 17, but for now we're leaving it at that. The strength, like I said, we can get gloves for that. We can get an amulet for the Constitution at the same time we get the gloves. So all this stuff is dump eventually, and we're just at the end of the game be focusing highly on Dex and Wisdom. So everything else can be supplemented with something else. But this is fine for now. Okay, so we're going to want to know Intimidation and Perception. Those seem fine with me. And yeah, this is good enough. It's min-maxed for future contents, not really for now, so something to keep in mind. It'll definitely get me through the game. Okay, just Danger Sense and Reckless Attack. And this time we're going to go for Shadowheart. I think in the thing where I was showing how to get to the Forge real quick, I went Berserker. And Berserker is okay for some things, like it gives you Mindless Rage to where you can't be charmed and such. And it also gives you Enraged Throw and Frenzied Strike and such. I'm not going to bother with that, though, because you already sort of can, like, throw twice in a Barbarian form whenever you have, like, a bonus action. So we're going to go for the Elkheart, because that gets access to Stampede, which is a nice AoE ability that when I unlock the Thief for this, I'll be able to spam like twice. So it's going to be really, really fun. So, yeah, Elkhart, Rage. I can only do this whenever I'm in that, and unfortunately, we're going to have a piercing. And I don't really care about piercing, so I'm just going to go for none. Because they kind of ruin the character space, in my opinion. I know some people love piercings. I'm not one of those people. And he's going to sell me
Not
a
this
companion now if
one,
I want him.
nor
But I'm
this
just going to
one.
click through this. Because I don't care. We will get a companion later on. But the companions to me are a little bit cheaty. In that you can just respec to be whatever mold you want. And that's fine. That's fine if you need a certain character to be a certain thing. Like, for
Lovely
example,
day, this.
I will get one later on.
Well,
He will only be an alchemist. That's it. That's his entire role is as an
very well.
alchemist. Because Gale doesn't have any business being an alchemist. He's an evocation mage, and I don't even know why I selected Gale. Gale right now is pointless. He's actually fine how he is. I built him. Okay, I just need to level him up again.
Quick step.
Astarion, I'm going to make into a bard.
I shall be here in the... As the...
So we're going to try and make him a spoony bard. And to do that, we have to first select bard. Get rid of this. And instead, we'll get light, because light's pretty useful. Or we can get minor illusion. I think minor illusion would be better, because I'm also going to respec Shadowheart here in a second. Get rid of Dissonant Whispers, and in favor of sleep, because sleep is really useful. And he's going to have a flute, because why not? And we're going to clear and use recommended. I don't know how to play a bard, so that has to be good enough, I guess. I just know I want bardic inspiration. And I want everything else that a bard can offer. Like enhance ability and such. So what is this one? You and allies are revitalized as though you have taken... Oh, that's really useful for a class action. So that's one additional short rest that we have access to with this. So since I'm a barbarian and my barbarian rage is whatever, is tied to my long rests, and also since Shadowheart's going to be a monk and hers is tied to short rests. If we had a warlock, there would also be tied to long rests. So I keep saying long rest, I mean short rests. We could have like a short rest party, which would be really interesting, because you get only like 2 short rests per long rest. I know the pop filter I have is probably going to be freaking out because the whole S is constantly going on. That's a lot of S. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the recording. Alright, let's see. Enhance ability. And we want to go College of Valor, so we get combat inspiration. So, that's going to be useful, I assume. It's until long rest. We could go lower. Yeah, we could go lower, actually. Sure, why not? And I'm not going to replace anything. So, in case we ever did want to steal anything, his Sleight of Hand is only at 4. And that actually enhanced it slightly. So, he doesn't actually have a lot of Sleight of Hand. Sleight of Hand, yeah. He has most of the other stuff. So, go ahead and change to Shadowheart. And eventually, we're going to have him as a thief as well, so that he can have access to bonus actions and such. Like bonus action hide.
Another. I shall be here in thy camp. As thou do...
And she's just going to be a straight monk for a little while. At the end, the last 4 levels, we're going to dump into Druid. So, like, level 8 and on. So, let's go ahead and change you. Where is monk? There we are. And for you, I'm going to go and clear this. Use recommended. Gonna dump strength, because strength isn't that important to me. Gonna dump charisma, because that's also worthless for you. And just get this up. Now, it would be nice to end on a... You know what? Let's get wisdom. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, it would be nice to have 2 odd numbers. So with that, we can actually boost strength up slightly. So that should work. And everything else is fine. And we're gonna dump Gale off and get Lae'zel. So that I can make her a cleric. Sort of. Go ahead and change you to the Way of the Shadows. That way you'll eventually get access to a teleport that you can use pretty much indefinitely. So with that in mind, let's talk to Gale.
You're not versed in magic, are you?
No, I'm not.
No matter to worry the unlettered over.
If you meet any elder wizards, let me know. There is a matter I'd like to seek advice on from a master.
All right.
How can I help?
You want to talk any more about yourself?
Let's see. I hail from Waterdeep, City of Splendors. I am a wizard of considerable acclaim and scholar of exceptional accomplishment. I have a cat, a library, and a weakness for a good glass of wine. And if the mood takes me, I'm known to try my hand at poetry. There.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. He actually told us pretty much his entire life story right there, so I don't know why we get so bent out of shape. But don't stop there. There are many more stories you can tell me.
Didn't that paint enough of a picture?
And we could peer into his mind to find out stuff. I'm not going to do that. Kind of a low blow to do. And I want you to remain in my
I
camp.
question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it.
Yep.
I'll be here in the meantime, idling away the hours.
He kind of reminds me of Saki Saka from Dot Hack. The way he talks.
Be wary of false promises. The missing druid, Halsin, was it? He may be talented, but only a Githyanki's Zathis can cleanse an embedded tadpole.
Yeah, whatever you say. Are you so sure the crush is the only way to cure it?
Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Zathis purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding.
Okay. Okay. That kind of wisdom is very valuable.
Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant, order turns to chaos, and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities.
Okay, you look so unusual. They're rare in my parts.
I expect I am your first.
Pretty much. I've never heard of your kinds until my capture. I know of the Githyanki, but I've never met one.
Of course you haven't. They would have cut you from navel to neck. You are no less alien to me than I am to you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
Yeah, it's not that large. Really? Thanks for noticing.
It was an observation, not a compliment. No matter. I do not intend to stay long in this place.
Okay, do you know anything about... No, sorry, how do you know so much about the Mind
I
Flayers?
understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less.
Okay, do you know what happens if we don't get a cure?
Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a Mind Flayer is born.
Alright, that sounds awful. How do we cure it? If we do this action, it actually will give us a disapproval with her, so I'm not going to select that. We'll find a
Words
cure.
forged in steel. May your actions express the same metal. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me.
No, they shouldn't have. It hasn't even been a day yet. You worry we haven't changed? That's good news.
Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
Okay, I'd like you to join me.
It is done.
Alright, and with her, I don't actually need to respec her because I haven't leveled her up at all. So, we're gonna have 2 points to fight her. Or sorry, 2 levels in fighter. And the last few levels are just going to be in cleric. So let's just go ahead into multi-class and go into cleric. If I could find the thing, there we go. And this is sort of like a pseudo paladin, because I don't actually want to deal with oaths with paladins. So I'm just going this way. This route. So get rid of resistance, get rid of that. Let's see, light is useful, and that actually is useful. And we will go for the Dominion of War. And go ahead to Deity. We could go for Blacketh, but I'm not gonna. I'm actually gonna go for Lathander. And Guiding Bolts, Sanctuary. Sanctuary is really overpowered if you know how to use it. So that looks good enough to me. Alright, and one thing about this, she has guidance. So Shadowheart losing guidance is not a big deal.
I'd love to, thanks.
Okay, now she's in the party. Next person. And he won't have much to say to me.
Need something? Oh, what's to tell? I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
Okay, and that's it. That's all he has to say for now. We have to long rest before we can actually get any interactions with him. Shadowheart has a lot to say, and I'm actually already clicked out of some of the stuff she said when I decided that I was gonna do this video instead of
Something the matter?
like doing this in a main video. And it was basically me asking her about the artifact, wondering what the artifact does. So, and she said it's none of your concern. Okay, I'd like to know more that's happening to us.
Fine. What's on your mind?
And
I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course. Perhaps. Perhaps not. If we do survive, we'll have separate lives to return to. I need to get to Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible.
okay, family, friend, lover.
Let's just say it's a very personal, very private acquaintance.
Okay. How do I hold up to your esteem?
You're not the kind of company I'd keep willingly, but all things considered, you'll do. And I haven't forgotten that you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. Perhaps I'll be able to return the favor at some point.
Okay, turn to other matters. We should know each other a little bit more.
Must we? No harm in a little mystery, don't you think?
Okay, you don't want to talk about yourself? We have to rely on each other. Easier if we knew each other.
I should hope not. Have you ever heard the people who want to talk about themselves? I'm doing you a favor.
Maybe I'd like to know a little bit more about you, or know you a little better.
Sweet of you, but don't worry.
I'm fumbling reading
I'm
right
sure
now.
you'll get to know me just fine by traveling together. No need for interrogations just yet.
Okay, fair enough.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll get along perfectly well.
Yeah, I'm just hitting the buttons to get through the prompts. It's nothing personal, Shadowheart. There was an option to ask you the question, and that's it. Alright, now that we've taken care of that, we're going to go to town real quick and talk to some of the basic NPCs there. And we'll wrap up the video there. So, first off, I would like to get my Mask of Many Faces, or whatever. And this, I'm going to have to sort on my own time to try and figure out stuff. Gonna go ahead and collect all this loot that we can carry so that we can sell it. Just so we have some pocket change. And we don't really need Gale right now. So let's go to town. Oh yeah, that's still there. Alright, now that's taken care of. Yeah, the body never showed up. There's supposed to be like a dead body right here from that one guy that got shot, but it just decided not to show up for some reason. So yeah, that's weird. And they even have the grave over here for him. It's just, for some reason, we completely missed the prompt. So, oh well, not a big deal. Just kind of strange. And this over here is the guy we could steal everything from if we wanted to. I'm not going to, though. I will steal from him eventually, but it's just going to be, like, loose stuff. And I'm not going to do that thing where you level up and then steal over and over and over again. Because that is really cheaty, in my opinion. But hey, this is a single-player game for the most part. If you want to play like that, be my guest. I am not going to stop you, and I am not going to judge you.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long.
Okay, what's going on with the grove?
I know it's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day.
What about the people here?
We druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanas guard them as they continue their travels.
Okay, Tiefling, cast out the Tiefling, original.
I don't want this to happen either. But Korga makes the decisions. I can do nothing but pray to Sylvanas in the hopes that he'll protect them.
We'll take care of all this. Now, I am actually going to side with the druids in this, and there's a particular route that I am going to go that makes it sort of like the best ending. You'll see it when we get there. I'm not going to spoil it. Your prayers won't save them, but your voice might sway
You don't know Korga.
Korga.
She won't listen. I'm truly sorry.
That's fair enough. I want to trade with you anyway.
Need anything else?
I got junk to sell.
Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
I didn't know you were selling Bob. Okay, so just sell all this stuff. I should just drag and drop, honestly. It's faster that way. And most people, they play the game by, like, adding stuff to wares so that they can just hit one button and get everything sold. I'm not, like, one of those people. I never think about it at the time. Just sell this, too. I'm not going to need the nautiloid oil, and I know where to get some more if I need it. These I can actually just go ahead and do this. Just doing the selling on screen, because it doesn't take too long. Yeah, decent amount of change. Go ahead and barter. Now, what I want to get from you is something that I will actually steal. I'm going to steal this ring eventually. I just needed the change and to free up the inventory for now. So we're going to steal the ring. We are probably also going to steal the bow and maybe the hand axe. And scrolls are always random. What's the glove? That's decent, I guess. There's not much else that I care about stealing. Like, the Rainmaker is completely worthless. It would be decent on Shadowheart in order to have, like, access to a staff, I guess. Because right now she's using a spear. The spear is decent. Spear's on her. Actually not that bad of an idea. Tell you what, let's just buy some potions. We'll buy some potions. And that was pretty much all my change right there. Potions are really expensive. And we'll just leave the rest alone for now.
Sylvanas, guide your path.
Yep, you too. And that's actually, we're going to wrap up the episode. Next episode, we're going to go into the Druid camp and interact with all the NPCs there, get the story going, and just proceed along. And we might eventually pick up Will. I don't know if we get Will down here, like if he decides to join us, or if we get it where we normally would find Karlach, if he just shows up and helps us fight the cultists over there. Or if maybe we have to proceed along the goblin camp route and fight the goblins. Maybe he'll join us. Or maybe he'll join us after a long rest. I don't know. But one thing's for certain, we're definitely going to run into him again. This is Crim signing out. I hope you enjoyed the episode as Karlach decides to dance. Yeah. Next time we'll take care of all the druid stuff.